Alright, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another video here on the channel, and if you've checked my Twitter page recently, you may have noticed that I have a pretty interesting new profile picture. It is the mugshot of Justin Timberlake, who was recently arrested for driving while intoxicated, and, well, that's pretty much where this whole story in today's video really starts. So, a few days ago, about a week ago or so at this point now, right, yeah, Justin Timberlake got pulled over for being intoxicated while driving. The police did what they would typically do when they suspect somebody is not sober when they're driving. They did like field sobriety tests. Apparently, Justin Timberlake, his slurred speech, all the typical go-to signs, right? You know, he just smells like fucking alcohol. He can't walk straight. He refused to do the breathalyzer test to get the blood alcohol content. And he was arrested and was taken to jail for it. And it was just, pretty, funny, typical celebrity story, right? Someone doing something stupid, some rich celebrity just making a fucking fool out of themselves and putting themselves in the headlines, right? Well, you would have thought that it ended there, right? Like, that would be the end of the story. But no, apparently, for whatever reason now, multiple different media outlets have decided to write these big pieces about the cop that arrested Justin Timberlake. And it's not anything good. Let's just go ahead and get that cleared out right here, okay? None of this is good. They're not praising the cop for pulling over this fucking drunk celebrity. They're not saying, oh, hey, the cop finally did something right. You know, it's very rare when I come on here and I'll, defend the police, right? But in this instance, I'm really just not seeing what the fucking hoopla is about, if we're being honest. So, the New York Post and several other outlets decided to write articles, I would honestly call them hit pieces if we're being serious, against the police officer who arrested Justin Timberlake. Now, of course, it started because, well, the cop is a super young guy, and apparently, he didn't know who Justin Timberlake was when he pulled him over. Obviously, everybody knows who Justin Timberlake is, right? So, I don't know, not a total surprise. The cop is, 24, I guess, according to the article. I don't know. Apparently, that was, huge news. And then a few days later, we start getting articles like the one we're about to take a look at here. The rookie Sag Harbor cop who pulled over pop superstar Justin Timberlake for alleged drunk driving is well known in the ritzy town, according to a report. Officer Michael Arkinson, who turns 24 this month, stopped the sexy back singer Tuesday morning after allegedly seeing him blow a stop sign and swerve in the right lane. In just 3 months on the force, Arkinson has earned a reputation among Sag Harbor's wealthy residents, earning names like the Sag Harbor Nazi and Little Red-Headed Dipshit for his strict enforcement of traffic laws. Okay, so before we even get any further into the video, let me go ahead and explain to you what's actually happening, because I really feel like you might not get it yet, right? So this cop literally just did his fucking job, right? He saw somebody, this isn't a minor violation of the law, right? Like, he blew through a fucking stop sign at an intersection and then swerved into another lane. That is, it's not like he was going 3 miles over the speed limit, right? He committed a very clear, dangerous infraction while driving his car. He was then pulled over. He becomes famous for being the guy who arrests Justin Timberlake while he's drunk driving. And then, I guess, because Justin Timberlake is just so beloved and, you can't fucking arrest the guy, now all these media outlets are reporting this cop's real fucking name and his address. And they went to all these ritzy rich folks in this fucking town to do a little interview about it. Well, what do you think about this cop, huh? What do you guys think about him, man? He's the one who got Justin Timberlake. He got JT, bro. What do you guys think about that? And then, of course, all these fucking ritzy assholes that live in this town, they don't like this guy because, well, apparently he's the Sag Harbor Nazi. Well, from what you're hearing, you would think that this guy is just the worst fucking cop on the planet, right? He's busting you for going 1 over. He's busting you if your turn light isn't activated within 300 feet of the intersection proper, right? He's just on the nose about it all, right? Well, let's go ahead and see what this Nazi cop has done so fucking terribly that all these mainstream media outlets in the country need to start reporting his full name and, going around writing fucking hit pieces on him. Despite Timberlake's global fame, Arkinson, who wasn't even born when Timberlake joined NSYNC in 1995, had no clue who he was dealing with. By the time Timberlake's hit Bye 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 topped the charts in 2000, Arkinson was just a toddler. A writer from Shelter Island, who identified himself as Spencer, recounted an unpleasant encounter with Arkinson while searching for a parking spot in Sag Harbor and making a U-turn. All right, before we even go any further, right, I just want to point this out too, because I feel like for whatever reason, people seem to fucking forget this. Not every single person in the world cares about celebrities the way you do, okay? I don't know why that is like such a foreign concept for some people to understand. Like, yeah, I know who Justin Timberlake is. I've known who Justin Timberlake is my entire life. There are 8 billion people on this fucking planet, right? There's 330 million people in the United States. Do you really think that all 330 million people care about the same stupid shit you care about all day long? I think that's what people forget, right? Like, if you don't know who like, who cares that the cop didn't know who he was? This is, for some reason, actual news to these people. I don't know. I was surprised he pulled me over, Spencer told the Daily Mail. It was off season and no one was around. It was a dickhead move. I feel like he pulled me over just for the sake of doing it. Although Spencer received a warning, his next run-in with Arkinson wasn't so lenient. Pulled over for talking on his cell phone, Spencer protested that he was using speakerphone. He told me I should have been using Bluetooth, Spencer told the outlet. Oh my god, can you believe this horrible, terrible fucking police officer, man? How dare he pull over this rich asshole for using his phone while driving the car? Like, every modern car, okay, before I even get to that, let me go ahead and point this out. This Sag Harbor place where this all happened, obviously JT lives there and whatnot. It's literally just one of the wealthiest communities in America. It's a bunch of fucking rich, stuck-up idiots who think that, you know, their farts smell like roses and think that they're above consequences. So when they're held to the same standards that anyone else would be held, like, actually held to, this is how they react. This is what they end up doing. Like, in what world do you think you can just fucking pull around in the middle of the road and pop a U-turn? There's probably a sign right there too that said no U-turn. Like, I can already picture that in my fucking head. And then it's just common sense. Like, you're riding down the road with your phone up, talking into it, and then you're mad because the cop pulls you over when you know that that's against the law. Please explain to me how I'm supposed to think that you're in the right here. Like, every modern car has CarPlay or Bluetooth or whatever, right? Like, you can literally just fucking use your phone through the dashboard. You don't have to hold your phone up to your face. And then if you're going to choose to do that, don't then be mad when the cop pulls you over. Also, I want to point this out, right? They say this guy's just so strict about traffic enforcement that he's the Sag Harbor Nazi, right? He has his own fucking nickname like he's Hitler in this bitch, okay? And he gave the dude a fucking warning the first time he pulls him. So the first time he pulls the guy over for actually violating the law, he gives him a warning. He says, hey man, don't do that again. Then this dipshit, you know, goes around driving like a fucking Yahoo again, with his phone up to his mouth, whatnot, talking. Then he gets pulled over again, and then he's surprised that he doesn't get another warning. Once again, this is a community of just a bunch of rich people, okay? So I'm almost certain they think, oh, well, you know, I'm above the law. I'm above these fucking rules. I'm rich. We're all a bunch of rich people. Why should the police be pulling me over? It was just a dickhead move, man. Have you considered driving even remotely within the law? And if you're not going to, right, if you're going to use your phone or something, do what every other fucking person does and put the phone on your lap when you're talking, okay? Don't hold it up to the window where everybody can see it, moron, and then get mad that you get pulled over for it, right? Despite his explanations, Arkinson slapped him with a $145 ticket. I thought he'd give me a break. It really interrupted my workout and lunch plans. I think Justin Timberlake was a victim of over-aggressive Sag Harbor police, he added. Meanwhile, a longtime Sag Harbor resident recalled Arkinson's early days as a traffic control officer, or brownie, before he joined the police force. Everyone knew where the cops would park on Main Street, the resident told the outlet, adding Arkinson's ignorance of Timberlake's fame was understandable. If that's not your taste in music, how would you know? So, I just want to point this out. Justin Timberlake is apparently a victim of over-aggressive police after he willingly drove his car intoxicated, blew through a stop sign, and then switched lanes. That was over-aggressive policing, according to this moron. I just want to point that out because I feel like people have this idea, right, that like rich people are supposed to be smart. This just shows you they might be dumber than the average fucking person in some of these little stuck-up communities like this, man. It really interrupted my workout and my lunch plans when I violated the law in my car and I got held to the same standards everybody else gets held to. That really bothered my day. How come my millionaire neighbors aren't allowed to drive their cars drunk? And I just want to point out too, right? Let's say, for the sake of argument, that, you know, Justin Timberlake never got pulled over, okay? And there was a family that came to that intersection at the stop sign, right? They had the right of way, they go through it, but Justin Timberlake, you know, he blows through the fucking stop sign like he did. And he T-bones this family right in the back door and kills their 6-month-old toddler and cripples the other kid, right? Just fucking, it's something that happens, unfortunately, pretty frequently in the world, right? DUI accidents are no joke. Now, if that were to have happened, of course, then the story would be completely different. It would be, oh, how come the Sag Harbor police weren't out patrolling the streets? How come they didn't keep this family safe? How come these cops aren't doing their jobs? I feel like in a lot of instances, this argument is really overused, but in this case, the police are literally just damned if they do, damned if they don't. If they don't, you know, sit around and monitor everything going on in these ritzy little rich folks' fucking town, and then a crime is to happen, oh man, you think these rich folk are gonna be fucking cool with that? Some idiot, you know, commits a crime in their neighborhood. Oh no, well, where are all the police? You know, we pay all this money in taxes here in Sag Harbor, bro. Where's the cops? But then when the police are out doing their jobs and arresting the millionaires, oh no, that was just too much, man. You can't do that to old Justin Timberlake. He made those good songs. Standing 6'4", Arkinson played lacrosse at Southampton High School and Roger Williams University. He started as a part-time traffic control officer in 2017, earning less than $15 an hour, before becoming a full-time Sag Harbor officer in March 2024. Sag Harbor PD officers make about $70,000 annually. The Post has reached out to Arkinson for comment. So they wrote a hit piece about this cop because he arrested someone famous. How dare he, right? They dox his name, his height, where he went to school, what he does, how much money he makes, had his neighbors calling him a fucking Nazi, all because these people want to defend Justin Timberlake. Once again, I feel like every couple months we have an incident that shows this, but journalists are not real people, bro. Journalists do not deserve to be treated the same as you and I. These people should be fucking bullied. Because please realize this, journalists think shit like this is acceptable, right? Whenever they think that it's profitable or it's, you know, in their best interest or in their publication's best interest, they will do the most vile, scummy, slimy shit, like essentially just harassing a fucking worker, right? Harassing a police officer because he actually pulled over someone famous. And God forbid he didn't know who the person in the car was as well. And now all of his millionaire neighbors and whatnot are upset too, because it turns out they actually are held accountable under the law. And that makes that cop a Nazi. So I just really wanted to make this video because I think this highlights the reality that we face, right? Everyday people are just out here getting shit on for really just doing their jobs, you know? And I'm not saying all police are perfect or there's not critiques to be made, but in this instance, this is literally just a cop doing what he is supposed to do. And realistically, what he did is actually making the roads safer, and it makes sense why you would be pulled over for that. And yet, you know, people are so entitled and they think they're so above the law and above accountability and above, you know, consequences that they genuinely believe shit like this and they will do shit like this. And then when some loser at the New York Post or whatever feels like he can make a fucking quick break by just being, you know, essentially the biggest douchebag you can be, well, here we go, right? It's just a mind-blowing situation to me, man. So anyway, with that being said, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like. Subscribe if you're brand new around here on the channel. Follow me over on Twitter and Twitch at SubToOptimus. Make sure to check out Shoptimus down below. Thank you to my Watch Optimus subscribers. Your support helps the channel tremendously. And until my next video, guys, this is Optimus. Well, drinking and driving with no consequences, and signing out. And that's a wrap on this video, but big shout out to my Optimus Nation supporters. You guys are the real MVPs. For $10 a month, you get access to loads of exclusive videos and archived live streams, my members-only Minecraft server where you can possibly appear in gameplay, early access to all new uploads, an invitation to the private Discord, and much more.